Hi, welcome to Mentor Madness, a special edition of Boredom Busters, where we let you on the inside scoop of some pretty amazing people who have done incredible things with their lives. So listen up. With us today is Andy Nulman.
All right, so we are here with Andy Nulman, a highly successful entrepreneur, speaker, writer, teacher, and troublemaker. Andy is best known for his role as the co-founder of the Just for Laughs Festival. I feel like you wanted to drop something in there. Did you want to add something to your bio?
A man of many books. What can I say? If you look around, a man of many books. Let's see. There they all are. Look at them.
Those aren't records, Andy. I thought you had an awesome record collection.
Yes, there's records there as we pan. You know, you can see them. They're usually behind pictures and stuff. That's my office. People call it a man cave, I guess, but it's my office. And over this shoulder, you can see there's a little bonhomme, a little call back to my years at Just for Laughs. But actually carved out of wood and given to me by a guy who used to be a Sylvain, who was a waiter at Moisha's, and he was also an artist, and he gave this to me because I used to, back in the days when A, I was at Just for Laughs, and B, there was a Moisha's. But anyway.
And C, you could go to a restaurant.
Yes, exactly.
Share. Wow. So we'll start with pandemic. Actually, who cares if it's a pandemic? What's your current state of mind?
Current state of mind is amazingly optimistic. Life is filled with peaks and valleys. And I wrote this in a book that I wrote a number of years ago called How to Do the Impossible. And one of the things in that book, one of the most memorable piece of advice was never get too up, never get too down, because and that's always, I think, the what would you call this, the detriment of any successful person is when they think that they're going to be successful for life. And what happens is, it's like Icarus. You fly too close to the sun. You say, this will never end.
Yeah.
So you get too up, things will inevitably go down. And if you just get too bummed out when things are down, that's not going to work either, because inevitably they'll go up.
What's the toughest lesson you've ever learned that you're grateful for?
I guess that what will be told to you, to your face, is not real. So that's why in the end, I will always say, I never really believe what people say to my face. And this is horribly cynical, but it's true. Because the real truth is what people say behind your back. Real truth is what people are saying when you're not in the room. And the hurtful part was believing what people told me, and then saying, "Oh, well, I guess I shouldn't have believed that." So that's a tough lesson. The worst part about it was it happened numerous times. So you get to a point where you stop believing, but it takes a few times to get burned before you actually stop believing.
Fool me once.
Fool me 84 times, and the 85th time I will say, "Hey, you know what? No more." That's it.
I'm so gullible. I am so trusting that it's a horrible fault. You've been around a lot of celebrities over the years. Can you tell us, the one that you're allowed to tell anyways, what your most awkward moment was with a celebrity?
There were so many awkward moments. My God. But I'll try and tell you one with a positive outcome, because there's with Jerry Lewis strangling me, and Roseanne kicking me off stage one time, a tribute to her, where I brought flowers, and she said, "All right, here come the fucking flowers," and I gave her the bouquet, and she's now, "Get off that fucking stage," and basically pushed me right in the chest, and I went flying. So in front of a sold out theater, that was kind of fun.
Okay, what would you tell your 20-year-old self?
I've been asked this a number of times before in different ways, and thankfully I have a proper answer. It would be three things, and maybe even earlier than 20, but these are three things that one is know your numbers. I've always been more of a letters guy than a numbers guy, and you can fool a lot more people if they don't know their numbers. Know your numbers, and I was never great in accounting, but it's really, really important. Two, stay in shape. I only started to get in shape at the age of 40, and this was this was a last ditch effort of being able to stay active when I was at a vacation spot and I run out of books to read. I said, I got to do something.
Free Kindle.
So I said, I got to do something. So I went on the treadmill, and that started the ball rolling. And now, it's become such a part of my life, and it's improved everything else. Because if you're in shape physically, it helps you mentally, it helps you in so many different ways. So I would say stay in shape. And the third thing is don't be boring, especially these days. You're always on stage. You're always on stage. And you know, we've done work together on stage, and you know what it's like. And you know, and if you're going to sing a song on stage, you can sing a song with a microphone and stand there like this, or you can wear a costume and move. What will the audience want to see more? Don't be boring. Get in shape. Know your numbers.
What's the trait that you most deplore in others?
I guess it's embracing the status quo and not being willing to take risks. That always drives me crazy when people are afraid, you know, to take risks and afraid to try something new. And unfortunately, these are the people who will lose out later on, and they will bring a whole bunch of people down with them. But again, not my problem.
Yeah. So you must like the pandemic for a lot of the plus, you know, the plus side of massive change in a relative overnight span.
Unfortunately, sometimes it takes a crisis to get people to innovate. And so, yeah, that's what we're seeing now. But I taught this course at McGill over the summer about COVID-19. And one of the things I learned, and the prevailing continuum, the prevailing, how would I put this, theme, that every sector we looked at, every vertical, every sector we looked at, it's the same theme, which was COVID treated business the same way it treated people. It looked for something with pre-existing conditions and attacked, and most time, and not most, but many times killed it.
If you were to die and come back as a person or a thing, what would it be?
My dog, any dog I would have. That's what I want to come back to.
It's a dog's life, isn't that the expression?
Thank you, Andy, for those awesome and inspiring life lessons. Tune in next time for our next special guest to be announced in 3 days' time.